Imagine a place lost in time, where modernity does not dictate the rules and ancestral traditions are kept alive as a sacred treasure. Now, close your eyes for a moment and try to visualize a small valley hidden among imposing mountains, isolated from the rest of the world. There, a tribe has lived for centuries, preserving unique customs, fascinating rituals, and a culture that defies any modern logic. They are the Kalash, a people surrounded by mysteries, beauty, and stories that few dare to tell. But before we dive into this incredible journey, leave the like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell so you don't miss any video like this. And tell me here in the comments, you had heard about Kalash. Now, who are the Kalash? How did this tribe manage to keep their traditions intact in the face of the overwhelming influence of the outside world? And most intriguing, why are their women often described as some of the most exotic and mesmerizing on the planet? What happens within this isolated community challenges everything we know about life in society. Its secret rituals, vibrant festivals, and spiritual beliefs are a real portal to a past that the rest of the world has already forgotten. But there is an even more surprising detail. The Kalash believed to be direct descendants of Alexander the Great. Is this a myth or a truth hidden in the lines of history? In this video, we will dive deep into the lives of the Kalash and reveal impressive facts that few people know. But beware, the more you learn about this mysterious tribe, the harder it is not to be fascinated. So stay with me until the end, because what you are about to see will completely change your view of this time-forgotten culture. A paradise hidden in the mountains in the heart of the Hindu Kush Mountains. Among breathtaking landscapes, there is a small refuge where time seems to have stopped. The Kalash live isolated from the rest of the world, preserving their traditions as if they were rare gems. Its villages, made of wood and stone, spread over the slopes, creating an almost mystical atmosphere. Unlike neighboring cultures, the Kalash do not follow the same religious and social pattern, which makes them even more enigmatic. But how did such a small tribe manage to survive for centuries without being absorbed by the outside world? The answer is in the strength of their identity. The Kalash refuse to give up their beliefs, their colorful parties, and their ancestral rituals. They not only keep their traditions alive, but celebrate them with pride. In vibrant festivals that seem to come out of a fairy tale. The most famous of them, the Chilam Joshi, is a spectacle of music, dance, and devotion to the gods they have worshipped for generations. For those who see from the outside, it is a real dive into a culture untouched by time, where every detail carries a deep meaning. But there is something even more intriguing. The Kalash believed to be direct descendants of the soldiers of Alexander the Great. And this theory is not just a local myth. The appearance of many members of the tribe defies the patterns of the region. Light skin, green or blue eyes, and blonde or brown hair are common among them. This unique genetic feature, combined with their own language and the completely different customs of the surrounding peoples, reinforces the idea that the Kalash really have an origin that history has not yet been able to fully explain. Despite this mystery, one thing is certain: the Kalash culture is one of the most fascinating in the world. But what really makes this tribe so captivating is not only their unknown origin, but the way they live. The Kalash women, and their hypnotizing beauty among the many mysteries surrounding the Kalash. One of the most talked about is the striking beauty of their women. Unlike what is seen in many traditional cultures, Kalash women enjoy a surprising level of freedom, even to those accustomed to modern societies. They do not wear veils, dress in colorful, hand-embroidered garments, and most importantly, have full autonomy in choosing their partners. In a region of the world where women often face numerous restrictions, this freedom is truly rare. However, it is not just their physical appearance that makes Kalash women so fascinating. Their radiant eyes, the way they dance and celebrate life, and their deep connection with nature make them a symbol of strength and authenticity. They do not follow imposed standards nor worry about external rules. Their beauty is not just aesthetic, but lies in the way they live intensely, preserving a culture that defies time. This free and confident way of life sparks curiosity, and admiration among those who visit the tribe. Another striking aspect is the role of women within the community. While in many ancient cultures the female role was secondary, among the Kalash, women have a strong voice, participate in decision-making, and play central roles in religious rituals and festivals. During Chilam Joshi, for example, they dance and sing without restrictions, choosing their partners spontaneously. This level of freedom and female protagonism challenges expectations and reinforces how unique the Kalash are in the world. However, this freedom also sparks controversy. Many outsiders question how such a small people have managed to preserve a social structure so different from most neighboring civilizations. Some see the Kalash as a rare example of a past that refuses to disappear, while others attempt to impose their own rules on the tribe. But the truth is that the Kalash continue to live as they always have, true to themselves, regardless of what the outside world thinks. Hypnotic traditions, rituals and festivals. The life of the Kalash is not only marked by mystery and beauty, but also by rituals and festivals that seem to have come from another era. Festivals are the heart of this culture, a time when the tribe gathers to celebrate their gods, their crops, and life itself. Every season, a new festivity takes over the villages, transforming the valley of the Kalash into a true spectacle of colors, songs, and dances. One of the most impactful rituals is the Uchal, a ceremony of thanksgiving for the abundance of crops. For days, the Kalash gather to sing, play traditional instruments, and dance around large bonfires. It is a moment of connection, where spirituality and tradition meet in a unique way. These rituals are not just celebrations, but a sacred bond with their ancestors, ensuring that the essence of the Kalash remains alive for generations. Another remarkable festival is the Shomos, a celebration that marks the winter solstice. During this festival, the Kalash purify themselves in secret rituals and make offerings to their gods. Men and women paint themselves with natural paints and perform hypnotic dances, creating a spectacle that impresses even the most skeptical visitors. Few tribes in the world preserve traditions as pure and intense as the Kalash. But despite the strength of their culture, the Kalash face increasing challenges. The pressure of modernity, invasive tourism, and even the attempt by other religions to convert the tribe put its existence at risk. The question that remains is, how long will this culture resist? The future of the Kalash, a legacy at risk. The Kalash are a true cultural treasure, but unfortunately their future is threatened. With less than 5,000 members, this tribe struggles to keep its traditions alive in a fast-moving world. The external influence is increasing, and the modernization of neighboring regions begins to affect their lifestyle. Many young Kalash are being lured into the cities, leaving behind a legacy that may disappear forever. In addition, uncontrolled tourism has brought unexpected challenges. Although many visitors arrive fascinated by the Kalash culture, not all respect its traditions. The excess of cameras, invasive curiosity, and even attempts at commercial exploitation have created discomfort within the tribe. The fear is that, instead of being recognized and protected, the Kalash end up being absorbed by the outside world. The question that remains is, will the last pagan tribe of Pakistan be able to survive the pressures of modernity? What can we learn from a people that has lived for centuries in harmony with nature and preserves such a rich culture? The fate of the Kalash is still uncertain, but one thing is certain: as long as there are people willing to know, respect, and value this tribe, its history will never be forgotten. For centuries, the Kalash have stood the test of time, proudly protecting a culture that defies the laws of modernity. They did not bow to external influences, nor allowed their identity to be erased. But now, more than ever, this extraordinary tribe faces a dilemma: either continue to struggle to preserve their traditions or surrender to a world that advances without looking back. The fate of the Kalash is at stake, and the big question is, how long will this civilization last? Perhaps the real lesson that the Kalash leave us is not only in their fascinating rituals, in the freedom of their women, or in the aura of mystery that surrounds them, but in the way they live. They show us that it is possible to exist in harmony with nature, value what really matters, and keep alive the essence of a people, even in the face of adversity. In a world that changes every moment, where traditions disappear and cultures are lost, the Kalash remind us that preserving our identity is an act of resistance. And now, after meeting this incredible tribe, there is a question: what would you do if you were in their shoes? Would you give up your roots to adapt to a new world, or fight to keep alive what makes you unique? This reflection connects us directly to the Kalash, because deep down, we all have something that defines us, and it's up to us to decide whether we will protect it or let it disappear. If this story has impacted you in any way, don't let it stay here. Leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell to continue exploring fascinating cultures such as that of the Kalash. And tell me in the comments, what was the part that surprised you the most about this tribe? Let's spread that knowledge together and make sure stories like this are never forgotten.